Welcome back to LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we hope you enjoy the content that you're about to see. LPB Racing presents the LPB N300 Touring Series. This is round 1, race 1 from AUTOPOLIS. Hi everyone, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the start of a brand new season here on LPB Racing on the Thursdays. This is the LPB N300 Touring Series, so N300 cars, which is the road going cars on the game, and we have 7 rounds of this championship and 7 cars to choose from, so each driver's got to use one of the 7 cars, and they can't use a car once they've used it in a round already. So whatever the guys have used in this round, they can't use in round 2 of the championship, and so forth. So the cars to choose from are the Audi TT, we've got the BMW M303, we've got the Ford Focus ST, the Honda Civic Type R, Hyundai Genesis, Renault Megane, and the Toyota Crown Athlete. They are the cars that are available for this season. It's 3 races per round. And we have had a 15-minute qualifying to decide the grid, and let's take you through it. So we have Scott on pole position with the BMW M3, the BMW M3 and the Crown Athlete, probably the 2 fastest cars of the season, but remember, you can only use them once in a round. So you can only use them in 1 round. So Scott's on pole with Neil Farmack second. He's in the Skittles racing car, and then Pash is alongside him. He's independent with Techno in 4th. He's in the second Skittles car. Woo Woo in 5th in the Ford Focus ST. He's in the Team PG Tips racing car with Bidster in 6th. He's part of the Team Jaffa Cakes team. King Domingo is on his own in 7th with TY in 8th. Where we have Will in 9th with Twerdy in 10th. Cyrex is in 11th. In the TT, we have the Focus of Firepower in 12th, Nifty in the second Jaffa Cakes car in 13th, and we got Unforgiven in 14th, with Thundercats rounding off the 15 starters. So let's get this season underway. Then obviously you'll get to know the teams with the liveries and so forth as we go on. But we are ready here for the off here to start the season off at AUTOPOLIS shortcut course. Red lights on. Green, away we go, and it's a good start for Scott in the rear drive BMW, and the Crown Athletes go with him. The front wheel drives will not be as fast off the line. So down to the first corner then, Scott's going to be in the lead, and then it's everyone else fighting out for the next positions. Pash on the inside of Neil, with Bidster in the Audi TT on the inside of Techno. The Audi's not the fastest car in the straight line at all, by any means, but it's not too bad on traction out the corners, and it's got good grip. So Scott there in the lead in the BMW's backing his way into the next corner. Neil up the inside of Passion goes through. We've got TY in the TT ahead of Domingo in his Honda. Through the left-hander we go, and round it as Techno has a look at Pash ahead in the Crown Athletes. TY in the TT, and Bidster goes on the inside of Techno. See, Techno gets a bit slided there. Bidster goes through, everyone else battling out for positions behind. We've got Firepower down in 15th place. Up through the long left-hander, and Techno slides the back of the Crown Athlete out. You'll see a lot more drifting in this one because they are in road cars. So we are in road cars, and the Honda's pretty quick down the straights. You see Domingo there catching up to Twerdy up the hill. The power of the Honda up the hill with the TT getting past on the inside. We've got Woo Woo on the look as well. Domingo on the inside of Twerdy for 7th place, but Twerdy can go around the outside with the 4-wheel drive. But once that Honda gets on the straight, you'll see the difference as we go onto the straight, and also you'll see the difference with the Crown Athletes as well, because they'll absolutely eat them TTs for breakfast. As you see going down the straight, the TTs are getting swamped by the Focus and everything of Woo Woo as well. So there we are, there's the Crown Athletes back into the top 4, Bidster and TY left to suffer. Domingo to the inside of TY into turn 1, but the TT gets much better grip into the corners. Unforgiven goes on the grass on the inside, trying to avoid Twerdy and Tyrex as they go out the corner in the TTs. Nifty aren't injured back in the Hyundai, so he's in the Hyundai for this round. Into the next set of corners, there's Bidster a bit of slide there as the top 4 start to spread out a little bit. There's King Domingo under pressure from Woo Woo in the Ford Focus ST. So for Honda versus Honda Type R, Honda Civic Type R versus Ford Focus ST. Common hot hatch battle, and so far the Type R winning. The Audi TT trying to get in there, but A lot of people are using the TT for this one because it's not the favourite car for the championship, but you've got to use it at some point. So a lot of people choosing to use the TT now. There's Unforgiven in the Honda. The Hyundai is quite a nice all-round car. It's got decent top-end speed, but decent acceleration, decent cornering, a bit of an all-rounder really. Will struggling in his Honda further back. Meanwhile, TY and Bids are close together. We've got the main battle between Domingo, Woo and Twerdy as we go onto the straight. The Honda and the Ford will leave the Audi behind. Well, the Audi's behind because Sarex is having a go at Twerdy as well. So Sarex having a go at Twerdy here. Silver Audi on the outside of Twerdy here, side by side towards turn one. Unforgiven catching them both up in the Honda. Look at it, oh, you might even go for the move and make it 3 wide into the corner, but no, he can't do it. The Audis are much better on the brakes and into the corners, and the Twerdy holds on to Cyrex as well. So Twerdy holds on to 9th place. As we go down to turn 2, Will and Firepower near the back there, and also Thunder right at the back, but Will and Firepower together, and Firepower not quite enjoying that Ford Focus at the minute, but he might pick it up later on. He's in the Team PG Tips car. Ninja now on the inside of Unforgiven, going for the move, bang! Have that! Not who's there? It's Nifty Dark Ninja as we go into the corner, and a bit of a tap to pass there, but Nifty gets the place anyway. Twerdy and Sarex still side by side, battling around the long left-hander. Both with 4-wheel drive, both with decent grip and good but racing room, but left by both drivers there as we go up the hill. Further up front, we've got Woo attacking Domingo now. Woo in the Focus, trying to attack Domingo in the Honda. Sideways into the last corner goes the Honda, and he runs wide as meanwhile Sarex gets Twerdy, and now Twerdy is going to be under pressure from Ninja and Unforgiven, because on the straight though, those two cars will be a lot quicker. Meanwhile, Domingo is ahead of Woo still, holding on. They go out the corner. Meanwhile, the top 4 are still the same. We've got Scotty in the lead, pulling up, trying to pull away from Neil Farmack and the Skittles Racing Crown Athlete, with Passion is Crown Athlete 3rd. He's independent, sporting the livery for the football team he works for. I think it's the Derby Rams, if I'm not mistaken. Probably am mistaken, but we'll see if that's correct. There's a little massive slide there. Getting a bit out of shape as Techno has a look up on the inside, but that's the outside for the next hairpin. And both of them sliding the cars around the corner. There's TY and Bidster running together still. And then back down the order, we've got Twerdy, Unforgiven and Ninja. Unforgiven's ahead of Ninja. Obviously must have passed him with the Honda Power on the straight. As Twerdy goes on the grass, you don't want to do that, because that Audi's going to lose enough to speed up the hill as it is. The last thing he needs to do is get a bad run onto the hill. You'll see now Unforgiven starting to feel in the TT in that Honda. 300 horsepower in the Honda and about 270 horsepower in the TT, so a bit less power but also better power delivery from the Honda as he goes on to the inside. Twerdy runs wide, but again he'll get good grip out the corner. Initial drive will be good, but then the Honda will get him as they go down the straight. Also watch out for Will, he could catch up to the back of Nifty Dark Ninja as well. I also should point out we've got another team, Automatic Racing, which are Will and Thunder, and not really doing very well, these two so far, but we'll see how they get on. The Unforgiven to the inside of Twerdy, then into turn 1. The Honda goes on the inside of the Audi, but the Audi should be able to drive around the outside of him, but now Unforgiven gets the place done, and on power he will seal the deal. Nifty Dark Ninja is the next one along to try and have a go here. Lap 5 of 14 here at AUTOPOLIS. Nifty Dark Ninja to the inside of Twerdy on the straight. As he got alongside enough, yes he is, and he sneaks through. A little bit of contact, but I think we're all good. A little bit of rubbing there, but we're all good. Will trying to go around the outside now of Twerdy, but this is where the Audi is quite good. This is where the Audi can try and survive a little bit into the hairpin, as he can mount all the curb, use the 4-wheel drive, get a good run out the corner. Let's check on further up front. Further up front, it's still the same order. It's still Scott, quite a way in the lead. 122.2 last time round, 22.5 for Neil Farmack. So not quite on the pace of the BMW, but almost there. There is Pash sideways in his Crown Athlete, with Techno right behind him. Then there's Bidster. He's actually keeping up quite well with these leaders here. Remember this first, and also in this season as well, there is no weight penalties. First season on GTSport where we've actually done no weight penalties for a while. So. Bidster 123.7 last time round, 23.9 for Techno, so he is actually closing in on Techno here. Further back, with the battle still rages between Unforgiven, Ninja Twerdy and Will, but Will's going to have the speed here on Twerdy. He's going to go down the inside. There he goes. He's on the inside line into the corner, but Twerdy should be able to hold it around the outside and on the brakes. But he goes in too hot. Oh, he goes in too hot and he's lost the run out of the corner. And Firepower now should be able to easily get him. There we go. You can see there, while the Ford's in 3rd and 4th gear, just pulls away from the Audi. And the Audi now is left back in 13th place. We've lost a car from the event, I think. And I think that is not Domingo. It's I'll have to have a look who that was, but someone's definitely left the race here, unfortunately, and that is not good for them. I'm just trying to figure out who it is, because I'm sure there was 15 cars at the start. I think it's not Thundercats either. I'm just having a look who it could be. Is it Woo Woo? Is he disconnected? I think it could be Woo Woo, guys. Yes, it's Woo Woo. He's disconnected. So Woo Woo disconnects again, and the post office internet strikes again. So it really does need to get that changed. But we'll just be waiting for better internet. But no, we can do it at the minute, unfortunately. As Cyrex slides his way into the hairpin, dare say Unforgiven starting to catch him here. 24.5 for him, 24.6 for Cyrex. But remember, let's have a look at the lap times this lap. There's TY over the line, 24.3 for Bidster as well, 24.4 for Domingo, 24.2 for Cyrex, 23.9 for Unforgiven. He is on the move here. Unforgiven is on the move, and he's going to be trying to catch Cyrex in the next lap or two. So the Honda should be able to do it if he keeps it consistent enough, and especially if Cyrex runs wide like that. Don't want to be doing that all the time. Meanwhile, at the back of the pack, we've got Firepower and Will. Thunder's right at the back. He's not having a good race here, but he's doing his best. Not feeling too well in this race as well, Thunder, so keep fighting, Thunder. And Will to the inside of Firepower. Firepower holds on, runs wide though. Will's going to have a sneak up the inside if he can. Can't quite get alongside enough though, as Firepower throws it into the left-hander. Goes a bit wide, goes very, very wide, but this means he can defend the inside into the hairpin if he can stop in time. But can Will use the momentum and drive around the outside of him? No, he can't. The PG Tips driver holds on, and Firepower holds on to the place, but Will gets a good run. He's on the outside now though for the left-hander. He's going to try and go side by side with them both. Side by side round the corner. Will on the outside. Firepower gives him enough room, gives him a point. In fact, he gives him an acre. Absolute loads of room there. As they go up the hill, the Honda should just have the upper legs on the Ford. Only just though. Very equal between these two cars. But yet Will gets the run on the outside and gets to place into the hairpin. 12th place goes the way of the Civic driver, Will. Back up front, it's a little bit more spread out now in the field, but we have got, let's have a look further back, we've got Ninja and Twerdy quite close now. Twerdy's caught up onto the back of Ninja. Ninja 25.3 last time round, and 24.3 for Twerdy, 1 second faster. So Twerdy on the move here then. Let's have a look further up, we've got a few cars close together. We've got Domingo and Cyrex quite close as well. Cyrex 4/10 faster last time round. There's there's Ninja, sorry, with Twerdy trying to close in. This middle sector is where Twerdy can do most of his gaining. He can try and gain all he can. And up over the curves, Ninja made a little mistake out of that previous turn there, I think. He just went a little bit too hot, went on the wrong line. And Twerdy now able to close up, four-wheel drive, helping him. Oh, we've got a car off, Domingo's off! Domingo's been off! There he's back in 10th place from 8th place, I think it was. So Domingo's been off, and he goes down to 10th place. He's now behind Ninja and Twerdy. He should be able to get a good run on Twerdy up the hill, but he's just a little bit too far behind, I think. Let's have a look on board. Here we are on board with the Type R on the helmet cam. You can see he's closing on the Audi, but it's not going to be close enough. In fact, by the time we get to the hairpin, Twerdy is going to hold on to position. He closes right up to Ninja out in the corner, uses all the four-wheel drive, but I'm sure Domingo will be knocking back on that door when they get to the end of the straight. Techno and Bidster meanwhile quite close. Bidster's past Techno. Bidster in the Audi moves up to 4th place. He's past one of the Crown Athletes, and the BMW and the Crown Athlete are supposed to be two of the best cars in the season. But the reigning champion Bidster is now in front. So champion of the previous season that we have just done. So he goes into the corner. Techno following behind as we go through. So yeah, the Bidster the winner of the GT3 Sprint Series on Project Cars, because obviously this is the Thursday now, so this is the first GTSport race on Thursday. That's why we've got a few new names in the GTSport lobby now, because obviously we're doing GTSport twice a week now, on the Tuesdays and Thursdays. We've put Project Cars aside and we are on this, so good to see some of the guys getting used to it quite quick, especially Pash in the Crown Athlete, getting quite used to the game quite quick. Some people with more experience than others on this game. And meanwhile, further back, Nifty, Domingo and Twerdy are together. Domingo split Twerdy and Nifty now. He's got ahead of the Audi, and the Honda now setting its sights on the Hyundai. And he might be better off waiting for the straight. There's no contact, but Nifty goes wide under pressure, and Nifty goes wide down to 10th, and the Hyundai goes back down. And I don't see him catching up now, because the Honda will pull away from the Audi. He might catch up to Twerdy again. We'll have to see, but the Honda now should pull away with relative ease on the straight. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Bidster, meanwhile, in the Audi TT, doing very well for the TT, 24-2 last time round. And the next TT runner is 24-8 for Sarex. He's been caught by Unforgiven now. Unforgiven in the Honda, closing on that TT in front of him. Meanwhile, Bidster runs a bit wide there, but he's okay. Further back, we've still got those guys together. We've got Will and Firepower still in a decent battle, but Will has just pulled a little gap on Firepower now. So just starting to get the hang of that Honda as we go into the last stages of the race. Will not really used to front wheel drive, he much prefers rear wheel drive, but he's not doing bad to say. He's not used to the different drivetrain. Twerdy is under pressure now from Ninja, who's now right behind him again, so Ninja putting the pressure on. Should also point out for this season, guys, tyres are on ×2, so they shouldn't really affect too much, because we are on the road tyre, sports hard tyres. That's why the tyres are screaming for life, and we are understeering through the corners a little bit. So sports hard tyres, which is the equivalent of a track day tyre on the car. So good grip, but obviously not as grippy as a full-on racing tyre. But lets the cars slide around a bit, and you'll see that especially from Scott and Neil and Pash and Techno in the BMW and the Crown Athletes, as Scott goes purple then into the first sector. Neil Farmack, he goes purple by a big margin there, so they're battling out for fastest lap now. Neil trying to close in these last few laps. Bidster and Techno quite close together now. Techno trying to close in on Bids here, and further back we've got Sarex and Unforgiven. Unforgiven closes up to Sarex on the straight, couldn't get past though. Now it's his chance again to have a go. Let's have a look. Ninja runs wide in the background. Unforgiven goes to the left, goes to the right, he goes to the left hand side eventually. Sarex defends the inside, and the Audi will be a lot better through this section. He's to pull out all the gap he can in this twisty section, so then the Honda doesn't have time to catch up on the straight. So Sarex will do what he can. He's a very, very experienced racer, very fair, very good. Just obviously can't race too much because of family. Obviously family comes first, and job and work and real life. So Sarex trying to do his best to be on, and that's why he's independent, but he's hopefully should be able to make most of this season. So we wish him the best of luck, along with everyone else in the championship. Good to see some good names in the championship as well. Bidster into the last corner and sliding that Audi in, using all the traction, trying to get away from Techno's, trying to stick with him in 5th place. So we move on now to lap 12 of 14, a handful of laps left in this race. Unforgiven still trying to attack Sarex, and Sarex, look at the gap he's pulled out in the twisty sections, and Unforgiven, he'll not be able to catch up that much on the straight. And Domingo's left Twerdy behind. Ninja is now under pressure from Will. Can Will send to top 10 here? It'd be good if he could get one, as we're down to 13 people now. We've lost another driver here. I'm not sure who that is. I will have a look through the names and try and find out. I think it's not Twerdy. I'm just looking through. I think it's TY. We've lost TY as Nifty Dark Ninja goes off. Unfortunately, he goes off, and Will goes through into 10th place. But we have lost. Yes, we have lost TY from the race as well. So not good. Yeah, it is TY that's gone. So Firepower has a look at Nifty Dark Ninja, but no way through as Ninja goes back down the field. Bidster and Techno side by side then. Skittles Racing Crown Athlete versus Jaffa Cakes, the team Jaffa Cakes Audi, but the Audi he'll not be able to do anything up the hill. He'll just have to stick in the draft and try and get as close as he can, but doesn't look like it. Meanwhile, Scott on his penultimate lap of the race, in the lead by a country mile. You can see the car in the background there. The next car probably a good 4 or 5 seconds back. So Scott into the first corner then, and there's Neil Farmack. Yeah, just about 4 or 5 seconds back from the leader. And then we have Pash in third, again another 4 or 5 seconds back from him. Then we have about an 8 to 10 second gap to Techno and Bidster, who have just come across the line now and towards the first corner. Techno fourth, Bidster fifth. He's pulled away a bit there on the straight as well. Sarex in sixth, been caught by Unforgiven, but Sarex pulling out the gap on Unforgiven a little bit that last time round. Then we have Twerdy in ninth place in the Audi. Then we have Will in 10th. We've got Ninja and Firepower near the back, and Thunder still just trying to scrape round in his Audi further back. The main battle on track at the minute is the battle between Sarex and Unforgiven. Unforgiven trying to close in on the TT, but the TT very good in the corners. The Honda's quite decent as well, but it's obviously more set up for the top end speed compared to the other cars on here. Front wheel drive cars on GTSport tend to get given, the road cars anyway, tend to get given a lot more power than the others due to the drivetrain difference, but they shouldn't really have more power because it'd be a bit unrealistic, but that's the way it's gone. And Sarex does a bit of grass cutting there. He's got to be careful, not to get too wide, but we're okay as we go into the hairpin for the penultimate time in this race. Sarex keeps it tight, uses all the four-wheel drive advantage. Actually, I think the Honda kept it tight that time round, but we're okay as we move on to the last lap of the race. And Scott looks like he could be opening the season with a win, which would be very good for Scott. Not sure if this is his first win with us. I'll just have to backtrack and check. I think it might be, actually. It might be Scott's first win with us on GTSport. Just looking through the previous season. Did he win a race? No, he didn't. So this will be Scott's first win if he can get to the line without any issues. So that'll be good for Scott and a good boost to his morale in LPB Racing as well. We've still got Bidster and Techno together, and we've got Unforgiven closer to Sarex than he's been for the last couple of laps. Can he get anything done? I'm not sure if he can, but Scott comes round the last corner. Scotty E-Dog Wolf comes round the last corner. The number 44 car to take his first LPB Racing win. Well done to Scott. Wins here at AUTOPOLIS. Wins race 1 in the BMW. Neil Farmack in second place in the Toyota Crown Athlete. Well done to him for Skittles Racing. Pash is going to be on the podium in his first GTSport race. Well done to Pash. Third place for him. Incredible performance for him. Techno is going to be fourth with Bidster in fifth. They're still coming around the last corner, but I think Techno's definitely home free now with the straight line speed of that car. Techno finishes in fourth with Bidster in the Audi TT, an impressive fifth for the car. Not the best car for this this season, but you've got to use it once anyway. Sarex holds on to sixth place in front of Unforgiven in seventh place. We then have Domingo in eighth, and then we have Twerdy finishing in ninth, just behind him there. Good race between them two. Will takes 10th place, top 10 for him, with Nifty Dark Ninja in 11th. Firepower will finish in 12th place in the Ford, and then it's going to be Thundercats at the back in his Audi. So we will now take you to a couple of replays from the race, followed by the results. And now let's look back at some of the action from race 1 here at AUTOPOLIS. Okay, here's the first of the replays then, looking at what happened to Domingo. So into the hairpin, so he goes to the side, he just keeps on turning left for some reason. The car doesn't straighten out, and he goes off the track. He stops to try and just try and wait for a gap, and then lets Twerdy and Ninja go through and then rejoins, but very strange there from Domingo. And now let's have a look at what happened to Techno for him to lose position to Bidster. He goes actually too quickly for turn 1, slides the car, catches the gravel, he manages to recover the car, but Bidster then goes through into fourth, and then Techno rejoins just alongside TY. And now here's a replay looking back from Bidster's car, and this is how he lost the fourth place back to Techno. So watch here, this is the speed difference of the TT. So we're only just hitting about 100 miles an hour now, and then Techno comes alongside. He's got to be doing at least another 10 miles an hour faster, and just breezes straight past him on the straight. As we break into the first corner, you see there we break at the same time. Techno gets the car stopped, a little bit sideways, but then we're all good, and he pulls away from Bids. So that's the replays. Now let's go on to look at the results of race 1. So it is Scott who wins in the M3. Well done to Scott. Fantastic win for him. And then we've got Neil Farmack second, with Pash in 3rd, Techno 4th place in his car, so all kind of athletes at the top apart from the BM. Then it's Bidster in 5th in the TT, Sarek 6th in the TT as well. Then it's Unforgiven 7th in the Civic, with Domingo in his Civic in 8th. Then in 9th is Twerdy in 9th place in the other TTs, we go over the page. Then we've got Will 10th in the Civic, Nifty Dark Ninja in the Genesis in 11th, Firepower 12th in the Focus. Then we've got Thunder and TY 13th and 14th in the 2 TTs, with Woo Woo 15th, but remember TY and Woo Woo unfortunately disconnected at the end. Scott gets the fastest lap with a 1:20.1. So as you come back from the results then, there is your winner, Scotty in the BMW. A good win there for Scott, and what better way to open up the season than with a win. So good job for him in the BMW. We will see you guys next time for race 2. Take care, guys. Thank you everyone for watching race 1 there from the new LPB N300 Touring Series. I hope you all enjoyed that one, I know I did. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Next time it's going to be race 2 of the brand new championship, so if you enjoyed that one, let's go check out the next one. We'll see you then. Take care.